Greetings and warm welcome to our session today on positive learning environment. Let me introduce myself. I, Dr. Rennie Francis, Principal of MES's Pillai College of Education and Research, Chembur, would like to extend my warm welcome to all the participants of this session today on positive learning environment. As it is rightly said, the importance of the teacher in the classroom. The teacher has influence on the classroom environment. We are here to discuss and to know more about the interaction of the teacher in the classroom with the students and also to take it further in having a meaningful classroom environment. And hence, we shall today throw light on some of the pertinent topics that we would like to address in this session on positive learning environment. Let's begin. What are the challenges in creating a positive learning environment? Teachers' conceptualization of behavioral problems is paramount in choosing what measures to use to avert extingent classroom behavior. If teachers perceive learners conducts as suggestive of the poorly organized classrooms, they may look for means to restructure the classroom to exploit conditions for the occurrence of apt behavior and avoid behavioral challenges. That is, teachers need to focus on the precursory approaches and try to set conditions suitable for a behavior and a conducive classroom environment. They consider the physical arrangement of classrooms in their endeavor to create a personal and a positive learning experience and an environment. Moreover, they focus on organization and accessibility, which are the two crucial features or factors when establishing a useful learning environment. Besides that, teachers establish lucid class prospects to guarantee that scholars know what is expected from them. Creating classroom rules helps to enhance positive relations. Class rules guide teachers in determining which conducts to underpin and delineate behaviors that can attract endorsement from teachers. In an attempt to promote a helpful learning environment, teachers should deal with awkward classroom behaviors by fostering a suitable relationship with learners that makes them feel secure in learning environments. Teachers should address students using grammar and terminologies that they can understand and avoid using harsh comments on sensitive students. The way teachers communicate with the students significantly contributes to creating a positive learning environment. Negative comments may spoil a learner's self-esteem and affect his or her learning. Learners with emotional and behavioral disarrays characteristically display incoherent rejoinders to teacher instructions and portrays conducts that are upsetting to the learning environment. Even though teachers prefer helpful intercession to retribution when controlling classroom activities, many classrooms are not very affirmative learning environments. Majority of the teachers did not utilize efficient classroom management approaches and regarded exigent student behaviors as imparting negative effect on the entire classroom environment and successive relation between learners and teachers. Superior behavioral control, and classroom organization abilities are essential for both exceptional and general education teachers. Using approaches that create and enhance constructive relationship can result in more successful classroom environment for both teachers and students. Teachers should commit themselves to create a positive learning environment and therefore manage to recognize and engender classroom conditions that may trigger and encourage desirable conduct. Whenever teacher establishes environment of concern, they craft conditions where latent disputes are planned for, regulations and costs identified, and productive behavior is at the center of classroom support. Besides an environment of care, uses redirection instead of reproach as a channel of behavior change. Learners are given a number of options to select from to achieve an agreed upon instructional objective. Teachers that create a positive learning environment may pay close attention to all the environmental stimuli that are present in their educational setting. So it's important for us to understand and see how the classroom, the interaction among the students affect the learning situation. The first aspect that we would like to look up here is addressing problematic conducts. Cognitive behavioral theory has come up with self-management skills that people can use to develop positive behaviors. Moreover, the skills improve the effectiveness of other behavioral involvement. Competent self-management skills increase student motivation to comply with instructions and directions and give the student portable and readily generalizable metacognitive skills. Teachers can use cognitive behavioral theories recommendation to assist learners with negative conduct, especially those suffering from unruly behaviors, poor performance, and low self-esteem. Teachers can address problematic behaviors by openly and aggressively teaching pupils positive thinking habits and skills that are in congruence with their social and behavioral self-control. They can achieve this by assisting students to comprehend their judgment process and widen their self-control abilities. Additionally, teachers can engage students in identifying and selecting behavioral objectives. Teachers should create a facilitative class setting instead of managing students. Students should be assisted on how to select and maintain their conduct. A number of intervention practices that teachers should use to help students overcome inappropriate behaviors. First, teachers should identify students who can gain from behavioral change. These are students who show the desire to change their conducts. Second, teachers should evaluate students and their conditions to formulate plans and aptitudes that guarantee success. They should verify skills, deficits, and initiate training programs to equip students with missing skills. Third, teachers should run cognitive training programs that intend to transmit natural skills Last, teachers should make sure that interventions incorporate activities intended to improve transmission and generalization of novel skills. The next we move on is the physical organization of the classroom setting. Organization and convenience are primary features when designing the physical plan of the classroom. The physical arrangement of the classroom helps in avoidance of exigent classroom conducts by ensuring that learning materials and other auxiliary resources are readily accessible. Teachers should create a system for issuing, storing, returning, and utilizing learning materials in an endeavor to avert confusion. Some proposals from some of the things that we really like to look into is aligning them to the various learning situations. We need to also understand students who usually sit in front of the class can be arranged such that they are strewn all over the room and sit next to students who would prefer to sit behind the class. This would ensure that active students help their colleagues who never participate during the lessons. The physical environment can encourage autonomous learning. It establishes a positive learning environment and has a far-reaching effect on how teachers and learners interact. Besides, it influences how activities are set and duties assigned to different students based on their abilities. Teachers can create a positive learning environment after evaluating and understanding how the physical environment influences learning. The next that we look up in creating a positive learning environment is the classroom schedule. Precise classroom anticipations enhance the probability of students discerning what their teachers expect of them. The classroom program makes it easy for students and teachers to prepare for the next activity. Teachers should consult students before coming up with a class program. Students should be given an opportunity to make decisions or discussions on negotiable events. In addition, the class schedule should consider schedule, and it should involve learning of different abilities. Students are unable to concentrate for long hours. Therefore, a classroom schedule should be put into consideration the maximum duration that learners can focus on. Activities should not be very long, should take up only to a minimum period of time that they will be engaged in the learning process. Revising classroom schedule may lead to confusion among students. So hence teachers should avoid revising class programs so that students can predict the next activity. Well-known and memorable procedures and habits can reinforce learning. They give a guideline that assists students to know what to anticipate. Additionally, they also set up rules that will help them to understand what the entire classroom, the creating a sense of safety among the learners and creating a collective relationship among the learners. The next we have is the teacher-student relationship that we focus on. Teacher-student relation and peer influence. Teachers can solve a lot of issues and create a healthy relation with the learners in an endeavor to establish a healthy learning environment. A healthy relationship between learners and teachers would make the learners more comfortable in the learning atmosphere. They emphasize on the importance of having a steady relation between the teachers and the students. It's always seen that a teacher-student relationship include speaking to learners in real terms, assessing praise and remedial responses, discovering substitutes to proper behaviors, and learning how linguistic and social distinctions affect peers and grown-up relationship in the learning environment. At some times, we may find teachers find themselves directing critical remarks towards a student. They warn that teachers should regularly use grammar and words that fit the learners. Besides, teachers should use real terms when talking to students to make sure that they understand. It is vital that teachers not only create chances for learners to be successful and acknowledge their effort, but also make use of teachable minutes to give feedback and help students to change classroom behaviors that interfere with learning atmosphere. Therefore, praise and condemnation should be explicit such that students can know which feature of their conduct to uphold and which to change. Assisting students to select replacements to improper manners leads to the endorsement of beneficial behavioral change. Teachers should always remember that the alternative habit must be an incompatible habit and must meet all the functions of an appropriate classroom environment. To promote the right behavior which can address this challenge, a student may ask for permission to move around the classroom from the teacher. According to a goal-centered theory, teachers should focus on need-based explanations for why their students are motivated to misbehave and then negotiate alternative ways for these needs to be met. Teachers should also focus on individual students based on their misconduct. After identifying inappropriate behaviors, teachers should involve the entire class in determining alternative habits, which can create a positive learning environment. Teachers can achieve this by ascertaining with what motivates each student to engage in inappropriate conduct and help students to know and appreciate their misconduct and intentions. Teachers also know the way that they will encourage students to abandon their inappropriate behavior and embrace desirable conduct. Appropriate and inappropriate behaviors arise in the course of a student's attempt to meet existing and future needs. The needs may range from fun, freedom, power to survival needs. Teachers should apply deterrent methods to deal with the classroom behaviors. Teachers should assist learners to meet all their needs through the right behavioral options, rather than forcing them to abide by rules. A positive learning environment is one where it is easy and possible for learners to meet their needs using affirmative behaviors. Restoring positive interactions between teachers and learners can go a long way to managing inappropriate behavior and establish a positive learning environment. As we conclude, we can say that Teachers can select, organize for, and use preventive methods to promote beneficial student conduct and reduce unruly conduct in the classroom. It helps to understand the principles of cognitive behavioral theory to address problematic behaviors and promote positive habits among students. Teachers should come up with seating arrangements that encourage all students to participate in the lessons. Besides the seating arrangements, they should also ensure that all learners enjoy a substantial level of success. Classroom rules should be structured in a way that they convey the prospect for classroom behavior and enhance the probability of learners to be productive. Teachers should involve students in the formulation of classroom rules and their consequences. In addition, teachers should establish a balance between praise and condemnation and know the role of linguistic and social disparities in the conservation of positive learning behavior. It is imperative to create a clear classroom schedule. It would boost cooperation between student and teachers because it would help students to anticipate the next activities. Teachers should use a need-based approach to determine why students engage in negative behaviors and establish measures to resolve the problem. And hence, as we conclude, I would like and wish each one of us could develop a very, very positive learning environment among our learning community. Good luck and best wishes. Thank you.